Hello, welcome to this class. Today I would like to talk a little bit about breathing. If you know about meditation or if you read about meditation, you probably heard or read many times about how to breathe during meditation. It's not very clear because there are like different approaches in meditation, different schools, and some of them are focusing more in the breathing practice and some less. But in general, all the schools and all the meditation teachers at least explain that focusing on conscious breathing is important. And I agree on that. Especially if you start meditation now, you're beginner in the practice of meditation, I think it's important to observe your breath more than to change it. Because if you try to change your breath now, it can be a little bit stressful and we really do not want that. But observing it is important because observing something is being aware of something. And this is already a mindful practice. You're mindful about your breath. What is conscious breathing? It's not changing your breath, but it's observing it. So when you inhale, you observe that you're inhaling. And when you exhale, you observe that you're exhaling. I remember with Thich Nhat Hanh, he was always saying, inhale and repeat, I am inhaling. Exhale, I am exhaling. And sometimes he was saying, breathe in, I am breathing in. Breathe out, I am breathing out. These words help you to realize that you are breathing. This is conscious breathing. It doesn't have to be changing the rhythm, but observing it. Then eventually you can change it a little bit. When we say breathe deeply or consciously, many people do this. A strong inhalation. But you have to be aware that when you inhale, the body gets tense. And when you exhale, the body gets relaxed. So be smart and always focus on the exhalation. Because when the exhalation is long enough, the inhalation is always deep because the body needs air. So if you exhale really long, the next inhalation will always be deep. But try not to put effort in it. Because if you put effort, you inhale strongly and you exhale strongly. And what we want is to do it in a smooth way. So imagine that you have all the time that you want to exhale and do it like this. For some people, it helps to count. And in order to do conscious breath, you can count to 4 for the inhalation and count to 4 for the exhalation. So you inhale and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you exhale and you do 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you can do 4 for the inhalation and 6 for the exhalation, it will help you to relax better. And if you can do 4 the inhalation and 8 the exhalation, even better. So you inhale and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you exhale, counting to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're almost falling asleep. So if you do this 3, 4 times, and then you'll see that you feel that you're grounding yourself, you're relaxing. And then you can breathe normally. Because if you try to count your breath during 20 minutes, it can be a little bit stressful. But you can do it like for 3 or 4 rounds, and then stop and observe the silence, and keep with your natural breath, and continue. And then when your mind gets distracted, because it will, and it's normal, then again, inhale, counting to 4, exhale, counting to 8. There is, for example, the 5, 7, 8, that it's a breathing technique that helps with anxiety. And in this case, when you inhale counting to 5, and you exhale counting to 8. But there's a 7 in between. The 7 is the time that you hold your breath. So you inhale and you count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hold your breath for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you exhale, counting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you do this a couple of rounds, and you'll feel that you connect much deeper with your body, you get more grounded and more relaxed. But for some people, I know that just the idea of counting while they breathe is stressful. If you're one of them, please do not count, not at all, but use observation instead. Observe the inhalation and observe the exhalation. But also observe, and this is extremely important, the spaces, the pause between the inhalation and the exhalation, and in between the exhalation and the inhalation. Because when you practice for a long time and your breath is relaxed, the spaces are big. You inhale, and you exhale. And between the end of the inhalation and the beginning of the exhalation, there's like a gap of 2 seconds. It's important to focus on this. It's like, okay, what's this? I'm not breathing. What's this space? This is presence. This is mindful breathing. The breath would always help you to go back to the present moment. Always. You just need to focus on it. But in my experience, it's good to use it at the beginning, during the meditation when necessary, when your brain gets a little bit, distracted with too much noise, and at the end of the meditation in order to come back to yourself. Breathing is important, but it has to be a tool that helps you to go deep into the meditation. So use it and enjoy it. Thank you very much.